Hey guys, Andi here. So glad you're with us today. We are going to pot up some Amaryllis bulbs. I just purchased 3 gorgeous Amaryllis bulbs from Amaryllis.com. I have in mind to do 3 different planters, one for each side of my piano and one for my cute little desk over there where our daughter Lily does all of her homeschool. So to start today, we have gathered some supplies, and to be perfectly honest, gathering supplies for a project can be exhausting. I think it's taken me like 2 weeks to get all of these things here. So, and maybe from 2 or 3 different vendors. So we've got our bulbs that we ordered online. We have our potting mix here and our top dress, which is just some Spanish moss for the top. We've got 3 cute little squatty terracotta pots. I think these are 7 or 8 inch, 6.7 inch squatty terracotta pots. And I really like terracotta because you can tell how much water the plant has had because it's porous, and you can see if it needs to be watered some more, or if it is dried out, or if it's saturated. And then it also develops this gorgeous patina on it. And I have another plant in the house, a fiddle leaf fig that a dear friend of mine gave me, that has this beautiful patina on the terracotta now, and I'll show you that in a little bit. So we have our pots, 1, 2, 3. It's really important. I think it's more important to have a saucer that goes with your pot than it is for even the cuteness of the pot. I would choose a saucer pot over a cute pot with no saucer, hands down, every time. Unfortunately, the store that I purchased these at only had 2 saucers that match these terracottas and 1 bigger one. So I'll probably put this one with the bigger saucer on my desk, although it doesn't really matter at all. No one will notice. Okay, so what we're going to do first is we are going to scoochy these 2 out of the way. I'm going to pull off my sticker here so that it's not covering my drainage hole, because a drainage hole is super important. You need to make sure that you have a hole for drainage for your pot, for your amaryllis, and I'm just going to put my trash somewhere else. And then I also have these lava rocks that are from my backyard. There was a flower bed with these lava rocks in them. I don't love these things, but they come in really handy when I need some gravel for the bottom of a potted plant, and I can just cover up my hole. It's not so covered that it doesn't still drain, but it gives a little bit of drainage to the plant. And so I'm going to put these in the bottom of each of these plants, kind of like this, if you can see. And then we are going to put some potting mix in. We'll put our bulbs over here. Our scissors, must have. This is Fertilome. I've not used this before, so I mean, it's potting soil, so what can go wrong? And it's going to be indoors, and it's going to be temporary, and et cetera, et cetera. Okay, so I've got my little IKEA cup here, but we can't tell Jonathan because he doesn't like it when I use kitchen utensils or anything like that for this particular kind of project. He seems to think that we shouldn't eat off of things that have had dirt on them. I just don't tell him that vegetables have had dirt on them, and he eats those. Okay, so I am going to fill this up, somewhere between 3/4 and completely full, kind of like this. It's coming to right under the rim of the terracotta. And then I'm going to take my amaryllis bulbs, which I've already opened up because I was so excited to get them. But these guys really need to go on the ground. So this is an amaryllis bulb. It kind of looks like an onion. It's got a top part, it's got a root part, and the root part obviously goes down. So it's just like any other bulb. And the neat thing about a bulb is it has all the nutrients and everything it needs to produce a flower already in the bulb. So it's kind of like a one-shot thing. So I'm just going to nestle this guy right in here, kind of pack the soil, and he doesn't need to be buried, just about halfway up. And then I'm going to top dress with a bit of Spanish moss, just so that it looks pretty. And it will also keep it moisturized. Moisturize? Can you do that to a plant? This plant you can. So this is really pretty green Spanish moss. These amaryllis are white and pink, sort of reddish and white and pinkish. I'm trying to remember, I think they're called Stargazer, something like that. I'll figure out what they're actually called. But they should be gorgeous with this green Spanish moss on here. Okay, we'll pull this off. Now I'm trying to decide if I like this so low in the pot. I might lift it up a little bit, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Okay, so we have one done. I'm gonna go ahead and pot up the other two, and we will show you the final results when we're all finished. All right, these are finished, but I'm gonna give them a little spot of water, get them watered in here. And I'm just watering around the outside off of the bulb. I don't want to get any in the top. It might be worth mentioning here too that when I purchased these terracotta pots, they were really cold, and so was the potting soil. They had been stored outside at this particular greenhouse. So I brought them in and acclimated to the temperature in the house so that I wasn't shocking the bulbs with icy cold water. All right, so we are finished. We have 3 beautiful amaryllis bulbs. These are called Stardust from Amaryllis.com. They are planted in these super cute, squatty terracotta, almost 7-inch pots inside of potting soil, and then this beautiful pear colored Spanish moss on the top. So these usually take 6 to 8 weeks to bloom, and so we're just going to watch them. We're going to put them on top of our piano, and then we're going to put one on top of our desk, and we'll show you what they look like when they're all set. All right, Thanks so much for watching. Have a good day.